We're live. Welcome to the Rotation Podcast. We are a brand new podcast coming from Northern California, and we are a combination of a bunch of different companies. Calibis Clothing, we have Fiori Delivery, we have Preferred Gardens, and we have Fresh Press Inc. Hey.
Hi.
But we are coming at you live. We're pretty much trying to bring awareness to our brands with it. I mean, that's the honest truth, right? Are we live? Are you gonna cut that shit out? I mean, we're trying to bring awareness to our brands while talk about cool shit on a podcast. Honestly, talk about new upcoming things with the industry. We're hoping to bring on really cool guests that can bring knowledge and more insight into the weed industry, into the music industry, and anything else we pretty much like. So look out for that. That's going to be really cool. You're going to follow our progression, and I hope you guys like it. This is the Rotation Podcast, and this is our first go. Today, our first guests are actually our partners with the podcast and my brother, and we have Dave from Preferred Gardens, and we have Tomas from Calibis, and I am AJ, the host from Calibis, and this is Alex from Fiori.
I like Alex Fiori too.
Alex,
It has a good ring to it.
right? That's what you
It
are
does.
on my phone.
It does. I like that.
That's what you are on my phone, so that's kind of what
I like that. No, I like
That's
that.
his last name.
That's Alex
It's
Fiori,
easy
and
too. It's
Alex.
actually easier than my last name.
Alex is my co-host.
Let's get it.
Oh, let's do this. Dave, you're first on the list. How long have you been growing? Bet you've been asked that question a ton of times.
Millions of times, yeah. So I started really growing in 2005, so I think it's about 16 years now. Long time, yep.
That's a long time.
Up in the hills.
How old were you in 2005, man?
I think I was 23, somewhere around that.
Sweet.
Nice. Did you just always smoke before?
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I grew little plants at my mom's house when I was young, like in high school and such. But as far as really growing,
Yeah.
2005. That's when we started.
When
up
did you
in
get
Yuba
into
County.
weed? Like,
Into weed, I was crazy young. I've been smoking weed forever. I used to hustle Bammer back in the day. So I was
The
I
good
think
old
in
swag.
sixth grade, I actually was selling oregano rolled up in Bible paper.
Damn.
Yeah.
Nice.
I got kicked out
Nice.
of sixth grade for that.
man.
And I'd hustle that and buy weed with it just to smoke.
So that was just
Back
like
then,
a pre-roll?
that was Bammer weed. This weed is a
With
whole
the
other
Bible
ballgame
paper.
nowadays.
Yeah, you
Well,
rolled
that-
it
I
up
was
like a
gonna
stuck
joint
on
with the
that.
Bible
like
paper?
joints. Oh yeah,
Oh,
joints
shit.
with the
A
Bible
lot of
paper.
people did
What'd you
that.
use to
Oregano.
gum it?
Okay.
Huh?
What'd you use to gum it?
It's just stick. That's the
stick?
Bible paper was
Okay.
thin like a joint paper. As people
I've-
used
A
to
holy
smoke
joint?
joints with Bible paper.
I've
if you
heard it
didn't
a
know.
lot, but
Oh, yeah.
I've never done
It
it.
was like a prison thing. I think that's where it
Yeah.
started. But
Definitely.
yeah, it worked.
That's really
So
cool.
yeah, that was sixth grade. That was where it all started. My sister's boyfriend used to sell a bunch of Bammer, so he'd front me a ton of it, and we'd hustle it off, and just to get weed to smoke. We weren't really thinking about the money back then, but yeah.
And then you
So-
started growing it at some
Started
point.
growing it. We popped some seeds from like some of those Bammer packs, and I was doing it
Yeah.
at my mom's house back then, 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I mean, they'd let them get big enough just before they'd be harvested, and then they'd chop them and toss them in the garbage. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, that was kind of the start. But 2005 is when I went hard.
Nice.
I
That's
went
what's
all
up,
in,
man.
yep.
This is in Sac,
It
mainly?
was in Sac, around Sac area.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
like in the hills, Yuba County.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Me and my best friend, Tone.
Nice.
We did it at his mom's house. Pretty heavy out there. We could get a script for 99 plants,
Right?
and it was pretty
Yeah.
legit.
Those are
We
good
could-
times.
Yeah, we'd grow big outdoor plants, full
That's-
term.
What you
All
working with
legal.
now, dude?
Now,
What you working with, bro?
everything.
How many plants?
Yeah, fuck, 20,000 at least right now on site. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, it's a blessing. It's insane.
Mama,
Like,
we made it.
oh yeah,
Mama.
going to work is crazy. I just want to go live all day and just
Damn.
look at this shit.
Yeah.
Fucking look at all this weed I can grow. Like they let me do this.
It's a crazy feeling to
what you
fucking.
They let me do this.
Dude,
It's
and
a crazy
just the
feeling to post it
beginning,
on
too.
social media and
Yeah.
fucking and
It's crazy.
and blast it out there, huh?
Not to worry about it.
Yep.
'Cause
Yeah.
we've gone through some rough times with that. You know what I mean? Like having to hide it, having to worry
Yeah.
about getting arrested. You know, I got kids too, so once I started getting a little bit older, it was a way bigger worry. You know,
Yeah.
like,
I won't lie, dude. When I go out and visit your farm, I still walk like
Still.
that. Every farm, like, yeah.
oh, you feel good? I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. Every day, I still feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah.
You know what I
That's-
mean? I'm
that's
in
the
I'm in
funny
my
part.
own fucking farm. Like
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
feel like
Still
you
feeling
feel like
weird.
you need to
I
hide
hear
something,
a helicopter. I'm,
Yeah.
I think it's gonna take a few more years for that feeling to kind of
It's
wear
never gonna
away.
go away. Not for
Maybe
me.
the federal change of the law. You know what I mean?
Yeah, nah,
Something like that. I don't know.
it's never gonna
Right?
go
It's
away.
that
for
natural
me.
feeling.
Yeah.
It's that instinct.
Yeah.
I've been a hustler all my life too.
Yes,
so
I know.
it's same
Yeah.
feeling, bro.
Yeah.
You think you're doing something wrong, you're trying to hide something. You're like, no, I'm in completely legal right
I
now.
know.
What the fuck?
100%.
Yeah.
Don't do anything sideways at all. So it's
That's
cool.
cool though, man.
Yep.
20,000 plants, bro. Shit, dude. What's your favorite strain out there, man?
I don't have a favorite strain, to be honest. It's always something new.
It's
We're
ever-evolving.
constantly testing strains,
Yeah.
so we're doing some breeding too on the side, and we're bringing in new strains every day. So for every bay, we drop like 100 seeds. So that's my favorite thing to do, is to look at these new strains. I can't just grow one strain. I can't just grow ice cream cake or something.
Yeah.
That a lot of these other people are growing. I can't do that. I need to see new stuff.
Yeah. That ice cream cake, man, is putting people to sleep, bro.
Yeah.
Dude.
And the fact that you do it through seed and not just getting cuts from other farmers or something like that,
Yeah.
that's a big deal, right?
Yeah, we don't purchase from nurseries, so I've been collecting for all those years. I've been collecting strains. Luckily, I've been able to hold on to a decent amount of them through all the bullshit.
And
But,
do you hold them in mothers or you hold them in seeds?
I take clones of them, make mothers out of them, and then when I was moving them from site to site, I just take a tray of clones,
Right.
move them over to the site, plant them in something small, just enough to hold on to the strain. Like right now, I think I have like 160 strains on site, but we also just
Shit.
popped like another 60, 70 seeds, so that those are all different phenotypes. So now we're over 200 strains at this point.
That's
And-
cool,
and
man.
growing.
And,
Yeah,
I
that's
always
all
see you
nice
working.
catalog.
A lot of the seed companies come out or they shout you out and stuff like that. That I mean, they
Yeah.
give you props because they know you're growing some of their strains like in the most outrageous way. It's fucking fire, Do a lot of them?
Shooting
Do
for
they
the
shoot
potential.
you free seeds and free?
Yeah, that's what's been going on for years. Is tester seeds. That's kind of where they shoot me free stuff. Not that I want anything for free, but it's awesome that I can be a tester.
Yeah.
Because when they breed, you got to see if these plants are stable. Stable
Yeah.
is meaning like they're not going to hermaphrodite or anything. They don't have any issues in their quality. Because the real breeders don't just produce seeds and just sell them to the public. Because if they did that, then everyone would end up with a bunch of hermaphrodites, a bunch of
Yeah.
garbage blue weed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like the breeders that just produce seeds and then sell them to everybody else without doing any kind of testing whatsoever, or just in it for the profit. They don't give a shit about the weed at all. They don't care
Right.
about their brand.
Yeah.
or
There's a
anything
lot
else.
of them out there, dude.
There is a lot of them out there, and it sucks because people take big losses on that. Say you spent you could spend $3,000-$4,000 when you're broke as hell
Yeah.
trying to get a strain out
Call
of
them
something.
out
and
right
it ends
here,
up-
bro.
Yeah.
We're calling them out
I'm
right
just
now.
joking.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool, man. I've seen a lot of good product come out of your grow, bro.
Thanks,
And,
man. Yeah.
People
know.
are hitting us up for that LA Kush cake still.
Oh, the LA
That Kush cake is
yeah.
outrageous.
We had it, sells out.
Yeah.
Get calls
so super
every
high
day.
tester. That's the thing about the
Crazy.
rec market is the super high testers.
Yeah.
So we got to grow those crazy high testers. I mean, LA Kush cake is fire, luckily, but sometimes
Yeah.
sometimes some
no.
super fire stuff tests
That
really low.
Test high and the power's there. The high is there.
It's not a daytime
strong.
smoker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you get
no,
hit.
it's a good
you get
heavy
hit
one.
good. That's
Yeah, and that's just the greenhouse stuff. So we got the indoor coming online In the next couple weeks, we're gonna
I
put
mean,
plants
I
in there.
love weed
Yeah.
and I love the best you could ever get. But I mean, when you look at your greenhouse, I'm looking at like, okay, so what's the indoor gonna do? And I know you're gonna say it's gonna make it way better, but for me, it's like that's the best.
Yeah.
That's the best. That's all I need.
So it's gonna look better.
Right.
I don't know. Sometimes it might not smoke better. You know what I mean? So I'm getting to the point where greenhouse, anything grown under the sun can have a higher cannabinoid, can have a better terpenes. You know,
Right.
certain things thrive under the sun more than they do in artificial light.
I believe
So
that.
the best thing about indoor is being able to control the environment to a T. So dead nuts, you can have 80 degrees, 65% humidity if you want. You can have whatever you want as long as you design your place right. So then the plant turns out to its full potential, looking, smelling, tasting, everything else. But greenhouse it's different. There's a lot of studies that just haven't been done yet, in my opinion. There's not many people that are doing mixed light.
Right.
Like we're trying to do. We're trying to produce the best mixed light there is. That's kind of the future of preferred gardens is going to be mixed light.
That's really cool.
Walk us through, like, if you can kind of visualize what is the indoor going to look like. What are the rooms in there?
So
What's the size?
I designed
So
this indoor
yeah,
facility.
dude, so you must be excited. You just got your indoor facility license. You fucking just got your power on.
Yeah.
It's just like all last week. or
Today
week
the state
before.
today the state just gave me
Green light.
temporary license.
Okay.
basically.
Oh, hell yeah. Congrats.
So-
bro. That's great.
I can't put
Sounds-
plants in there yet until I get my BOP, my operating permit for
Oh, okay.
City.
so another
Yeah,
another
city
week or two. They already said it's good to go. They just need to come do the walkthrough once everything's
Yeah, they're
tightened
just
up.
fiddling their thumbs and just
For
making
sure.
you wait a little longer.
Oh yeah.
That's
Which I'm
dope.
cool with because we just got power and I'm doing a lot of tests right now. I
Yeah.
need to run the facility to a T, work
Mm-hmm.
out all the kinks. There's already been a bunch of kinks because in construction we're using a lot of power at this place.
Yeah, sure. You got to
So,
patch
like,
some shit up.
Couple lights
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
on auxiliary. There's like GFIs tripping, all the little things. So I
That's-
want it to be 1,000,000% before we pop.
That's a really good piece of advice for people out there watching. Like, test your facility before you invest in all those babies. The babies come in and shit's happening. Shit's going wrong,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
you're panicking and stressing out.
No, we're gonna hit the ground running no matter what.
Smart.
I mean, I've done indoor at scale, in the gray market, so
Yeah.
I know exactly what to do, and I'm gonna hit the ground running. I'm not gonna
Right on.
come out with some shit run the first time. It's gonna
Right.
hit.
It's gonna be
Yeah.
That's badass.
So how
Yeah.
many square feet?
Just 6,000, so it's basically like a little showroom. I mean,
Yep.
it's not really that small. It's like
It's
140 flower lights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
It
That's a
feels
lot,
big
dude.
when you're in
it's
there.
just feeling small nowadays because people are going really big.
yeah.
Yeah, but
But a
this
lot
is
of time-
craft, dude.
yeah,
this
dude,
is
th-
Yeah,
best
It's
you can
baby
buy.
steps.
This
It's like
is-
audit.
Yeah.
It is. It's true craft, man. You're gonna put your love into that 6,000 square
Oh, yeah,
feet.
for
We're seeing
sure.
a lot of places that are overdoing it. It's getting processed like it's fucking chicken, bro. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Just shooting onto the fucking
Yeah, so the
market.
thing with the greenhouse is we had 18,000 square feet, bumped it up to 20,000 square feet. We're organically building it up because we want it to stay good quality, right? We've been offered all different kinds of money to expand to like 200,000 square feet. You want to do 5 acres, let us get in and let us give you this money and do this crazy expansion. But no, we're going to do it right. We're going to make it craft. We're going to slowly build up. Okay, we're ready for another 6,000 square feet, so we just built another 6,000 square feet on our own.
Yeah.
So that's how we're gonna keep it that way. Try to keep that quality
Keep
right.
it fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if it starts getting a little overwhelming, we don't have the staff or something for it, or we can't
Yeah.
keep up, then we stay at that smaller spot until we can, take
Yeah.
that next step. That's our goal right now with the mix.
Yeah, you don't want to put yourself in a whirlwind of stress and shitty quality of life because you're trying to like do that.
We just
much
care about
that fast.
we just care about the quality of the product that we're
Right.
producing. So if there's any issues whatsoever, then we'll back off and get back to our regular roots and make sure it's solid.
That's
It's
badass.
fucking exciting though, man.
Hell yeah.
How long
Yeah,
has
we're
that
expanding everywhere.
building been in the works? This new indoor one. Just
I've
to
had
get,
that
like,
building
perspective.
I've had that building for 3 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep, so many waves of
crazy.
bad things happen in the meantime. Certain things I can't really talk about that are super shitty, and then other things like we got ripped off by an architect. You know, we went through
That's common.
a
actually.
solid year of trying to get this thing permitted, and just got held back by the city, I thought, but it ended up being the architect, and he disappeared on me 100%. So. Yeah.
Same shit,
I just
man.
call it a wash.
We
You know,
hear a
roll
lot
with
of
the
those
punches.
stories.
Yeah.
No,
lot
that
of it.
happened to us. When we
Yeah.
were, same thing, dude.
I know. Yeah,
Doing our
it's
Calibis
happened
Farms.
it's happened to a lot of people.
I hope it's not the same damn architect. Actually, I hope it is. So there's only one dirtbag
No,
out there. You
there's
know.
a lot of them.
There's
Wow,
yeah,
so-
Yeah, it's the standard from what I hear. It happens a lot. So there's only a couple good architects that can really get it done. And now after, loss after loss, it's like the same as anything
Yeah.
that you ever do, is you got to take all those losses to learn the right way to do things. And now we have the right teams in place, and we can get shit done.
Yeah.
It ain't gonna happen twice.
No,
Ain't gonna happen twice. That's for sure, dude. So what are you smoking right now, Dave? What's your favorite?
We did this tester. That's what we have right here. It's
Nice.
Runts X Chauffeur. Chauffeur is Daily Driver X Skittles. Runts is Skittles X Gelato. And this is bred by some buddies of mine. Ian he's Uncle Dad Vibes on IG, and Christian is a partner of Finest Cannabis. So they gifted me some seeds like you talked about.
Yeah.
We ran some testers, and this one is super fire. Just really tasty. Tested at 25%, which is low nowadays, but
Dude.
I don't care. Terps are there.
pretty
I don't
good.
think
Yeah.
it's
Terps are there
about.
for
I
sure.
don't think it's about the percentage. I think it's about the terps as well. It's a
Yeah.
major factor because I tried different things, and one time when it was higher terps, I got a little more stone. I
yeah.
think I got more of the entourage effect
That's what it is.
than
yeah.
I got.
So
with the
everyone
higher
wants to
THC.
educate everybody on this. That's the thing, is terps, like all the growers, all the old school smokers, everyone knows that the terpenes are really where it's at. And they're talking about flavors and everything else when it comes to like high quality weed rather than high testing results. But you'll talk to Alex over here, a retail owner, who knows what moves product. It's test results right now, because
Right.
you can't do deli style anymore. You can't go to the shop. They can't open this jar for you, and you can't smell it
Get the nose
and be like, okay, that's the one.
Yeah.
You have to,
Nah, that's 25%.
You're selling off.
you know what I
You're
mean?
selling
Because
off
it
of
wouldn't
your
matter.
percentage.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
matter a percentage then. If you crack the jar and you were like, oh, we're done here. that's the one I want.
Honestly, yeah,
I
dude.
can taste
Before
it.
I remember going back into cannabis stores and shit. Yeah, people didn't ask for percent. They just, hey, can I smell that one?
For
Yeah,
sure.
smell it. Hey,
Oh,
can
yeah.
I let me smell that one?
Yep.
So that's
And
like
you-
black
yeah.
market. The nose sells the bag, right? The
Right.
nose
Oh, yeah.
always sells
The
the
look
bag.
in the nose, for sure.
So in fucking this rec market, it's all about the
Testing.
THC percentage.
Yep.
Yeah, THC.
It's the worst thing ever, but I can try to harp it at millions and millions of people. We'll get, chunks of them at a time. It's going to take years for anything to change, because all the data that I've heard from any store owners is it's all about that number.
all about the THC percentage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that's sad because people are missing out on really good strains that should get a little more spotlight. But hey, chase that number, and
That's
you
another
have what you
thing,
got.
is from my data from growing, is the stuff with the highest terps usually has the lowest THC percentage.
right.
Crazy.
Some of the terpiest stuff, some of the best smelling stuff,
Super tasty.
test the lowest.
Yeah. No, I've noticed that with some things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, I mean, there's
dope.
some killers out there, but there's not enough of them, that
Yeah.
are super fire tasty, and then they test super high. It's just
What strains are you starting to put down right now that you're a little bit excited about? You're like,
I have
too
like
many.
thousands and thousands of seeds right now.
But that
I'm just
one that
popping
you
'em.
kind of watch
hits.
daily, that one that you kind of look at maybe on the corner of one of your bays, that one you look at every
Yeah.
time.
I got a Oreos cross that just looks like you'll walk down a row and it's
Stands
that.
out.
You know what I mean? The look stands out, but
So-
it's Oreos isn't like, it looks phenomenal like a Purple Punch looks
Okay.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know yet until
Frosty.
it's done. But it's a cross, so hopefully it's a little bit better than the regular Oreos.
That's cool.
Damn.
I
I
never
have-
heard of a strain called Oreos. That's
Yeah, looks phenomenal.
Change
we'll
the
see.
name.
Yeah, but we just did Seed Junkie dropped us a ton of plants that are just crosses, so no names. You know, they're all numbered, and there's some crazy good terps coming out of there. There's a lot of like sherbet crosses, biscottis, all different kinds of stuff that everyone asks for, but really gassy stuff too.
Yeah.
There's like a high octane X Gelato 41.
Damn, that
So
sounds good.
it's funky.
So it gets to you no named? Or
No name,
No
yeah.
name, and then you
Just
get
a
to name
cross.
it? You get to name it?
So yeah, I'll name the ones that I have, and then
Okay.
yeah.
Badass, dude. See, that's the inner workings of the seed supplier and the growers.
Yeah, I'll shout out to the breeder though. I'm gonna always give that respect. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Oh damn, we got a
Fireworks.
fireworks show.
All right.
Yeah.
What's going on out there, Mike?
It's a party all the time around here. So, what's a piece of advice you would give a startup grower? Like, maybe, startup grower.
Something I always come down to. So seeds are really hard for startup growers because you need to know what you're looking for, and nothing's really that stable. You know, we're talking about stable seeds. Almost everything will have a hermaphrodite in it nowadays. So they're all like polyhybrids. Everything's cross on a cross on a cross on a cross. Who knows what the hell it even is? But think of it as like an Oklahoma cousin banging another Oklahoma cousin. You know what I mean? It's just
Right.
everything is
bunch of
hoard out of
inbred.
control, super inbred.
Then you just
so,
get another Oklahoma cousin.
so what's happening a lot is these new growers are buying seeds, and they don't understand why they're having seeds in their weed. They're having none of their packs are the same because it's a bunch of different phenos. So get educated on growing seeds and buy clones. Start with clones because clones are easy. But I always go back to nutrients. Nutrients are where people are getting ripped off the most in the industry is they're buying bottled nutrients. It's all just like ag salts mixed in water and sold to you at like 1,000% markup. So everyone thinks they have all this crazy master mix. It's not true. Look at agriculture. Look at everything that else is being grown. You know, like poinsettias, or flowers, anything else. There's obviously some ratio differences for cannabis, but just do your research. You can save yourself tons of time, tons of money, and produce a much better product for less is more.
That's the secret right now, dude.
Yeah.
Boom.
You just figure that out from just going online.
I figured that out from
reading,
getting ripped off for all these years,
Yep.
you know, and doing my research and trying to stay educated and being so fucking driven to the plant and figuring out what the plant wanted exactly to the T. You know, I wanted to get
Right.
educated
no, dude,
100%.
House and Garden's proven, man.
Yeah, so
That shit
House
was
Garden is this, you
so
know,
expensive, dude.
yeah,
They
It
did
was
their thing.
crazy.
they did their thing. They all did their thing, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
Let 'em do their
advanced
thing.
nutrients. I mean, they're the biggest one. They
And
mark
you know
up everything
what?
like crazy.
For startup growers, that probably is the best route for them because they're not going to, you may say, you're going to get out of the 10 startup growers, 2 of them are going to do the research you're talking about.
Yep.
So the other 8, they're
You're
going to
right.
go take
Yeah,
the H
you're
and
right.
G
But
and
they
they're
have.
gonna
That's
use
the
that.
cool thing now is they have 2-part salts that companies are making that are super affordable, like Athena and Ambrosia and HGV. They're all just like an AB. You know what I mean? There's a ton of them that they make it for you. Yeah, it's marked up too, but it's marked up reasonably, and it's less is more. It's simple. It has everything that the plant needs. You're focusing on this nutrition like it's everything. Like everyone thinks they have this scientific master mix. They have 20 different parts they're putting into the plant, which is half of them are the same thing. The other half are like sugars and random bullshit that shouldn't even be in there. The plant just needs what it needs, and then you need to focus on the environment and everything else around it rather than just what it's eating. It's just like us. It's a live thing. You got to think of it like that. It's not just what you're feeding it. You're not just going to feed it this master thing and it's going to make it the frostiest, most fire weed there is. It's not true. Everyone thinks it is true though.
Right.
It's not true.
That's
Well,
a knowledge bomb right there.
I hope everybody's
Shit.
taking notes here
Believe this guy.
because
dude.
this is free consulting for you in a way
Yeah.
from the top.
Yeah.
to you. So
It's all about the environment.
Just
Write it down,
DM Preferred
people.
Gardens for more questions.
this guy's active. He'll
Do
answer.
not do that. No.
Blow
You
shit
might
up.
get a
No.
good answer, man.
It's lit. The DM is lit. But
So-
I bet.
I'm curious too. Like, what does a typical day look like for you? From like the point
Good
where
question.
you wake up in the morning,
days are crazy.
guy
whether you
gets up
even
at
went to sleep the night before, which
Gets
is
up at 4 in the
questionable.
morning, bro.
Yeah, like what does that look like for you all the way to the end of your day?
Days
Like,
are crazy. I'm driven for what I do. I think I'm one of the most driven guys that do this, at least, because I don't have a boss, so I don't. I just got to get up and do it.
You are a
myself. Yeah,
boss.
Yeah. So I get up super early, usually 4 in the morning every day. Either go to one of my sites or deal with all this architecture stuff that I'm having to deal with a lot. So I'm just up early, work all day. Usually at 2 different sites. If not, I don't come by here and say what's up too. But
Daily.
yeah, that's
how
that's the
early
day.
are we talking? Are you up early?
4. I usually get up at 4 every day.
He's up at 4, bro. I know you see his Instagram.
You know,
Because
that's
when I
it.
wake up at fucking 6:30,
You
I
feeling
look at it, I'm
bad?
like, motherfucker, dude.
There's only
Sack up. That's the point I'm trying to motivate. You know what I mean? If I can
that's-
motivate one person, then it's fucking gold.
That's right.
Fuck.
That's
there's
right.
only
real.
you and the trade workers. Like you got electricians on the road with you. You
Yeah.
got all those guys.
Yeah.
Plumbers.
Him and his buddy Tony.
They rock the morning shift hard.
Tony's
Yeah.
up at 3 though.
Tony's up at 3
He
though.
beat you, dog.
Yeah. But he's off at 2.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true, man.
So yeah, I usually go to the site in Winters, like an hour drive for me to get there,
Yeah.
and then that's the greenhouse facility, and then
Cool.
after that I'll go over here to the Sacramento facility right now, and that usually takes me like 2-hour drive because traffic sucks.
yeah. Commute.
So I'm driving like 2-3 hours a day plus work at both sites. as much
Oh,
as
that
I
makes
can.
me feel better.
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7. I'm still up. I'm still going earlier.
Yeah, you take out the drive time.
Nah, I'm just
Yeah.
joking. I'm just joking, bro.
Yeah, deduct the 3 hours. That's the
Hey,
worst part of my life right there.
I'd rather be.
If I could just
I'd rather be
teleport to
working
one
than-
site to the other,
than
Oh, yeah.
fucking driving,
Game on.
bro.
Damn,
Driving
I can't stand
sucks.
driving.
But
yeah.
you're probably catching up on
Yeah.
phone calls, things like that.
That's what's
Oh, yeah.
happening.
Yeah.
Exactly.
yeah, phone calls in the car. That's
Phone
the
calls
best.
are getting it's getting crazy. Like time is super crazy valuable right now.
Well,
It's
it is,
getting
man.
insane.
What's coming up? What's on the horizon, Dave? What's
Yeah.
coming up for Preferred?
The indoor facility is coming online in a couple weeks. I'm doing some consultant stuff in some other states. So
Nice.
Michigan, I think Florida is about to come online too. So Preferred is gonna move around the states.
We're
as
going
long as that quality- We're
nationwide.
going nationwide, baby.
That's
Hell
That's what's
yeah.
up.
Yes.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And then your tentative fire up date for your new facility.
I could probably get plants in there in 2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks.
Tentative though, because you never know. The fire department might come in and be like, "Oh yeah, you got to put fire sprinklers in your facility, and we let you not do it." We'll see what happens. They're pretty hard here in Sacramento.
Sacramento's
They're vicious
fucking nuts.
in Sacramento. You can't
Yep.
just build
They're rough, dude.
anything. Yeah, you got to.
Yeah.
They're a
really
pain in the
rough.
ass.
They really take their job seriously.
Yes.
Some of them are cool though. Shout out to them.
Shout
The other
out to them.
ones, let us be. It's not harmful. But so if you're going in maybe 3 weeks. It's June. That means July, August. Are you doing 2 months? 2 months, September.
9
So
weeks.
on the
it'd be a
shelf?
solid 3.
when can people expect weed on the shelf from that indoor facility?
That's what
I'm hoping the end of September. I mean,
End of
that's
September.
being optimistic. We'll see.
Hey, that's all we can
Yeah,
be at
exactly.
these uncertain times. We
But
just
it's
got
gotta
over
be right. If
Corona
if
right now.
If it's not there, then it won't be on the shelf. If it's not where I want it to be. So,
Right. Well,
definitely before the end of the year.
we're excited for that, man, and that's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
that's gonna be the best you can buy. Your
Everyone's
weed
gonna be
is gonna
excited.
be what everybody's favorite rapper is gonna be smoking or trying to smoke. I'm thinking.
That's pressure right there.
Oh,
Let's go.
Let it be.
That's what I like.
Yeah, I think
Easy.
so.
Hey,
Yes.
keep
It's
it
gonna-
limited. I think
Yeah.
Once
Well, it is
That shit
limited.
it
is
already is
limited.
limited, and
That's what they're looking for.
Yep.
That's how you get the shout out in the rap video. My boy Preferred, you know what I mean? It's just gonna go off
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. So.
Yeah.
But that's really cool, Dave.
Super
Congratulations.
excited for you, bro. You worked hard
Yeah,
for it, man.
Thanks.
You know,
And
we've been
And we're about to
watching
fire
it for a while.
up 2 new greenhouses too, at
That's
the same
what's
time,
up.
pretty much.
Nice.
So, on the 10th, we get our switch gear. Yolo County is super nice compared to Sacramento, and doing greenhouses is much easier builds than these massive, these indoor facilities are really intricate. So we're firing up another 6,000 square feet of next gens.
Badass.
Yeah, and they're super nice because we
And that's
did
at
a
your
little
current
better
spot
design
right
on
now?
that. That's at the current spot. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's almost going to double production for what we package.
All right.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Some more weed on the shelves
More
for
weed on the
us,
shelves,
people.
Yes.
And and he's affordable. He's not like charging the highest ticket price for these. And that's what I love about it, Dave. It's like you're for the fucking people, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And you're providing good quality for us to blaze. Like, I love
Yeah,
it, dude.
We could shoot a high ticket, but this is the business plan. We want everyone to be able to smoke our weed. We want to pass it around.
Yep.
This
Yep.
is where it's at. The indoor
People are
stuff is
freaking out,
pricey,
bro.
so there is, there is numbers you got to put on indoor just because to pay the bill whatsoever.
Right.
Mixed light, we were able to get the price down to where we wanted to, and still run a business. And
Yeah.
it's there, and it's working really super well right now. Everything is sold out instantly.
Yeah, I'm one of the buyers, but I have at least probably like 8 preferred jars,
Hell yeah.
maybe more. I keep throwing them because they're kind of
Shout
adding
out
up
to
and
you.
shit.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, bro.
Dave gives me weed. Dave gives me weed sometimes, but I still prefer his weed. And when I run out of that, I go and buy mine like a homie would. Take
yeah.
notes,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's really dope, Dave. We're
Thanks.
excited.
man.
We're
It's gonna be
excited.
great.
Oh yeah.
Ready.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
Long time coming for that.
Long time coming. Yeah.
Yep.
That was a tough one.
Get it at Fiori.
Get it at
Yes.
Fiori Delivery.
Get it at Fiori. Yeah, Alex knows all my purchases.
Fiori definitely has an exclusive on everything, so we'll be doing some special stuff with Fiori for
That's
sure.
what's
Boom.
up.
Good.
People didn't know that till you just told them that.
Well, now they know. Yeah.
That's dope.
Yeah, we're getting to that.
Call
Yeah.
up and ask for Alex.
Yeah. Just like hitting Dave's
the
DMs.
DM, yeah, it's the same.
Good luck finding me. I'm somewhere running around,
Yeah.
sweating.
Yeah.
If you can't find
But-
him, look for Mike.
Now, yeah, right. Hit up Mike for sure. Mike's
Yeah,
always
Mike.
on Instagram. He's always on.
Got bars number 2.
Yeah.
He does, though.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Calibis because now that we got a little bit of bud in our system with Dave, let's talk a little bit about what
Move a little
you
more
guys
into the
are about.
clothing.
Yeah, a little bit of clothing, a little bit about your guys' history. Tell us about how long you guys have been around with Calibis.
Yeah, man. We started out in 2006, man. We're heavy bud smokers. I'd say weed was our life, man. Everything we did, everything we did and ended had to, before we start doing something, we smoke weed. After we do something, we smoke weed. So, cannabis has always been a big part of our lifestyle. And one day we went down to Arizona to our good friend's shop. He was a tattooer, and we saw him making T-shirts.
Shout out to you, Josh.
Shout out to you, Josh.
Shout out Josh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're
For
like,
sure.
damn, dude, that's fucking cool, man. Let's, can you try making one of our T-shirts? Something. It wasn't Calibis.
Yeah.
But we just were so
What
fascinated.
Was it, though? I want to
Yeah,
know
it
what it
was
was.
the first thing.
It was Chronic Hills
Chronic
shirt.
Hills.
So we're born
Yeah.
we're born and raised in Guam. So back in the day, we lived in the village, Windward Hills, Jontya, Windward Hills, and we called our area, because we live in the Windward Hills. It was up on top of the hill. It's always windy up there, but we always grew bud. My dad always grew bud. I used to steal his weed off his trees and swap it at the store for. The guy would just
With
say,
the clerk.
get anything. So
Shout out to you, John.
So we called it Chronic Hills, and it was kind of where like everyone. My older brothers had a lot of friends, so like even some of them are into gangbang. Some of them were not friends with these guys, but we were always like the neutral ground.
Yeah.
People come and buy weed from us, and
Smoke weed with
I used to
us.
sell weed since 6th grade, like this guy. Maybe I was swapping it a little bit younger, 4th, 3rd grade in my underwear. I remember pulling the shit out, you know.
Was this in
But
Guam?
This was in Guam,
Damn.
so
We need to get our moms on the podcast to
Hey,
tell
shit.
Oh,
yeah.
nah,
I don't know if
they-
she knows about that. All of that.
My mom knows.
My mom is.
My mom knows a lot, dude.
She could tell some stories.
My grandma used to pour Clorox in our plants, dude. But you know, so cannabis was a big part of our growing up. We moved out to California. We've been out here for more than 16, 17 years already. And in 2006, when we saw our buddy making the shirts, and we were so fascinated, he made us a Chronic Hill shirt with weed leaves.
He took us from beginning to the end. Like he drew it, he put it all into the works, and we had an end product by the end of the day. It was dope. It blew our mind, like, and that was really cool. And when we got back up to Sac, we bought a fucking press, a beginner's press, real cheap off Craigslist or something like that.
We were down there fucking selling weed. We used to
Yeah.
drive down to Yuma, Arizona, and Phoenix
Bomb.
constantly, fucking flip as much as we can bring, but don't bring as much because there's checkpoints. There's all kinds of
There's
shit.
a lot of checkpoints.
Been through so
Oh,
many
yeah, in that
scary
area, for sure.
situations with the law enforcement, but yeah, dude, we took our money right back up north. Started looking for a screen press, equipment. We bought it, found it. Then we had to get the graphics. Someone had to be a graphic designer out of our brothers, and it happened to be me. So we started with fonts. You know, we started with our first brand. I remember we called it Shri Knots, Stoners, backwards.
Yep.
And then we moved to rotation.
Hey.
And then, it just takes
rotation.
time. It took time. Then one day, my brother said, Calibis, just out of nowhere, California cannabis. Like, it just hit, dude. I was like, damn, that's
That was the
fucking
one.
genius, bro. Because everything was about Cali. Everything was about Cali weed. We were excited to move to California when we were younger. Like, we were thinking,
juice.
thinking,
That's the best.
You
weed.
came up with
the
the name?
fucking Chronic,
No,
dude.
Bubs came up with that
My-
name. I said
okay.
we were
My brother
juice
Bub-
coming to
Yeah.
California.
Oh, hell yeah.
All
You just
about
said your
weed.
brother. I was thinking of you.
Yeah,
No, it's
Yeah.
my
There's
brother
5 of
Bubs.
us, bro.
Solid.
So my
Yeah.
older brother, he came up with the name, and in a
Yeah.
mid-session with us, we're
Shout
like,
out to
fuck
him.
yeah.
That's
So
where
we
it all
went,
happened.
Yeah.
Mid-session.
fucking making
that.
some logos and shit, and
Someone got
it
one?
just came, dude.
Yeah.
You know,
You
so
got a lighter?
I don't.
Is
I
that what
don't
you
have a
need?
lighter.
yeah, dude. So that's
Wait.
how it mainly started.
So Moss picked up the graphic design. I ended up picking up the screen printing. Bubs and John were really good at like the setting up of booths and things like that, and upgrading our booths and making shit really dope. Bubs coming up with all of us would sit Blaze and come up with dope concepts all the time, and we would throw it on a shirt. And more we were realizing we related to people. People needed something to rep their culture or their lifestyle too, but there was nothing but like just maybe LRG back then and Seedless, you know what I mean?
but they weren't completely loud, you know.
Yeah.
Our C-list was, but LRG wasn't so loud. It wasn't.
No.
Yeah.
When we first came out and we started doing the high times events, people would buy it and like, man, I can't really wear those loud shirts. So, and sometimes we didn't like to wear the loud shirts as well, because back in those days it was like dawned upon.
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
like you can't.
It's now
It-
that it's only now that people will
Yes.
wear shit with
It-
straight weed on
the
it.
the quan- it
Like
definitely
a big culture of people will.
definitely time has it has the industry has evolved, and people are becoming more comfortable and starting to show, you know, because fuck man, you really think about it, you know, marijuana is really a medicine. I mean, it's just so funny how much people can think it's so bad, and so, you know, they think cannabis is devil's lettuce, it's so bad
Negative.
just because the government told you.
Yep.
But what they weren't telling you is it's all about money. Now look at them now, they're just taxing, you know.
Yeah.
Now it's
tax is
okay,
crazy.
but it's so, you know, it's
60%.
Our
it-
parents got lied to. Their parents got lied
yeah,
to.
exactly. So, you know, it was hard selling the weed shirts at first. Even at the high time events, we were one of the first clothing brands out there, way back, dude. And, you know, that's when even the booths were semi-affordable. then they start raping people after the industry start blowing up, and we're just like, man, we can't rock with these guys anymore. They're trying to charge $6,000 a booth, $4,500 a booth. Like,
it's
bro,
tough.
we're selling clothing, and you got like, I mean, it's a different story if you're the only clothing brand or you and like 4 other people.
Yeah.
But you got they just outsell. They were just outselling booths like anyone and everyone. You know, like no
Open
limits.
sea, yeah.
It was
Sure.
crazy.
That's
So,
crazy.
you know, we're really part of that cannabis industry, how it evolved. We've seen it in front of our eyes.
Yeah.
But
We went to the first cannabis high times in the U.S.
the
first legal one in Colorado, the first legal one here in L.A. We went to hemp cons. We went to a lot of those different shows, all the hemp fest. We went to Seattle Hemp Fest probably like 6 years in a row.
Putting
And that's
in
a
work.
big one, dude.
Putting in work.
We put
That's
in
money,
the work.
that's time.
We put in the leg
Yeah.
work. We
That's
lost
years ago.
at so many shows, and then we started nitpicking which shows we were making money at, and which shows we weren't, or at least even breaking even for the promotional aspect of it. But there was a lot of like trial and error with shows.
We
and
always were
promoters and
making
shit
kind
like
of
that.
money. We're always hustling in the
Found
background.
a way
always-
to make
always
bread.
grinding.
You guys
Yeah,
push
you
it.
always-
You
you
really
always-
get
see-
that.
You see what city we're going to? We're like, fuck, how much does weed go for there, man? You know. So we were really in the behind the scenes, and you know, we started out here in Sacramento. So Calibis started here in Sacramento. Our roots are here in Sac. You know, now, you know, so from 2006, 2010, we took it a little bit more serious. We got ourselves a warehouse.
Yep.
We opened up a promotional business because it complemented our clothing business.
Yeah.
You know, the clothing business, when you first start a clothing line, is really hard, bro.
I can't
You
even
know,
imagine.
We've been
what goes
alongside
into
with
that.
so many other clothing lines that we don't even see anymore.
Yeah.
And we've been to shows where we're like, damn, there they are. That's that clothing line. They're big, they're dope, they're this, but you don't know where they're at no more, you know?
Yeah. they just
Little
fell off.
do people know, it's hard to sell a T-shirt. It's hard, and to consistently sell a T-shirt.
Yeah.
I mean, Moss has to come up with concepts all the time. And that-
We're forever competing, but we're also, you know, that's how it feels when you're in the clothing industry, because
Yeah.
clothing there's so many different clothing lines now, you know?
A
But
lot.
it's more
Feels like there's
about,
a lot to
you know,
compete
for
with.
us starting Calibis, and I think we have a lot of core organic followers because we actually went and we were the people in front of the booth. We meet people, we shake their hand, you know, we shake their hand looking in their eye, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like super
It's genuine.
super genuine,
Yeah.
and that's how we always been. It's our culture. We're from Guam. We're hospitable. We're about community. We are always welcoming.
Yep.
You know, we like to feed people.
Yeah, our
that takes
hospitality
that's-
is bar none. Like,
that's
Yeah.
what
we
the
really-
that's what the Calibis culture is about. You know, that's why we do love a lot of reggae shows, because reggae is reggae is huge with us because it pushes love, and that's our
aligns.
slogan is push love.
And not
So-
only because the weed thing, never think that reggae industry lines up with our entire movement of pushing love and smoking weed at the same time. So it's like that's where we got the most love, and we would at the shows, how we got a lot of exposure was giving fire ass weed to the artists. And then the artists will see us at show after show, and they'll keep coming back to our booth. And then with that weed comes a little shirt. Throw it on tonight. We'll see what we got.
Oh yeah.
And they would, because our clothes, they liked it too, you know. So
That's super dope. Yeah.
What's the hardest part about running a brand? Because I feel like, you know, you guys are at a point. You guys are at a point now where
you just coughed in the mic right there. Why?
Sorry, that's a preferred, bro. You know,
all good.
I
I'm
was
sweating like a
second
hog,
thinking
bro.
about hitting that
That's all
Hey,
good.
before we
guys
end this
zoom on
podcast
my
because
shit.
I'm gonna go quiet and shit. But I had to hit
Just
this.
dry hit that. Taste that.
This shit is fire, bro.
shit's
I'm already
good.
sweating.
You could just taste that.
That's fire.
Yeah.
I'm keeping it
That
still
shit
as I
tastes
can
good.
be.
But yeah, man, the hardest part about running a brand is I don't know, man. It's the same feeling as running a business. You know, you have a lot of people who count on you. You know,
relentless.
and it's just constant. You know, you're constantly thinking in your mind. You have to, you know, what's next? What's gonna be? What do we have to? How do we have to look at everyone else? Look at this. You know, like it's even social media makes everything probably even worse because you're always looking at other people and comparing, you know what I mean? But we kind of stay to our roots and to our message, and it's just the business side of it. It's always hard, man. You're always trying to find a balance, you know. But we've been learning so much more since we've been growing, getting older, and you know things. You know, it is a hobby, but it needs to be a hobby that needs to work now. We got kids, we got a family. You know what I mean? So that makes it better for us, though, because we learned so much from our trial and error, dude.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, so now we're more dialed in, and
I would say the hardest part about running a business is running a business.
Yeah.
It's just day in, day out. You walk in, there's issues you got to solve, and you're the only guy who can solve them. And then after that, you got to go through all these questions from clients, customers, emails, things like that. It's just managing your day throughout a busy work week.
Yeah, it's a relentless grind.
It's relentless.
No matter what.
So
it's relentless. That's the name, relentless, no matter what.
I'd say that's the hardest part, just knowing that other people count on you, you know. Sometimes you want to take a fucking break, you know, like, damn,
You don't get no break.
I want to disconnect
No break.
for a minute.
Yeah.
You don't deserve no break yet.
Yeah, whenever I'm trying to
That's
take
how
a
it
break,
always
Mas says no break. So whenever he tries to take a break, I said nope, no break.
Yep.
Well, because you guys have no breaks, that means there's got to be something new coming up. So what do you guys have coming up on the horizon?
Go ahead, Mas. We got a lot.
We got a lot of things coming up on the horizon, dude. This podcast is one of them. Fucking awesome.
Yeah,
you know,
great.
this is gonna be so dope. This is cool, man.
This is gonna be fire.
This is kind of a break. This is, you know, it's not work, but it is work.
It's hanging with the homies.
I was like, fuck, I got to make it at this time down there today. I was a little bit late, but you know, it's you know, we got the podcast coming up. We have we finally got license for manufacturing with cannabis.
Calibis Farms.
Yep,
Oh, that's huge.
So we got some cool Calibis Farms ideas and you know, a lot of products rolling out here real soon. We
Back
got all
on the
our
shelf.
packaging. We got everything. We're going to be back on the shelf. It took us, same as Dave, 3 years. Fucking crazy, you know, but, you know, and
Stayed in it. Stayed
yeah,
at it.
we didn't
Relentless.
we didn't fall off, man. We got in it, so we're going to see what comes about of that. But as for our clothing line and stuff like that, we got some cool we also got a live sessions that we're starting.
Tell us about that.
Exciting.
Yeah,
What's that?
That's shot already.
The what?
it's fucking awesome. So,
Calibis live sessions.
So
Live
we went down to Santa Barbara, and our first live session guest was Eric Rockmoney of Revolution. We got him on. It's gonna roll out here soon. We have him on 3 or 4 songs
4 songs.
that we shot live with our buddy Jericho down in San Diego. Drove up and he video cameraed it, and him and Dev, you know, Dev helped him out, and we have something pretty cool coming, dude. It's gonna be
awesome.
pretty dope, man. You know, it's just more ways to get out there and spread the word and stuff like that. We pay, you know, people pay so much for advertising these days. You know, everything's advertising. Look at Instagram. Look at, you know, Facebook. They're just murdering it right now.
Yep.
You know, drowning out small companies. So we're getting crafty. We have to get creative and stuff. But all
We have
these
to
things
pivot.
that we have wished, these were always like dreams to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now it's kind of finally coming into reality and stuff like that.
Yeah, we
And
talked about live sessions for quite a few years. A long time. And then it finally everything's coming to fruition for us kind of all at the same time.
Yeah.
Calibis Farms, we started trying to get licensed for that 3 years ago. Like everything kind of right now, this
kind of all
this
hitting at
podcast is
once.
kind of like a bonus.
Oh, yeah.
And I think you know, so
Yeah.
and we just constantly coming up with new shit to do, making ourselves more busy.
Yes.
But as on the clothing brand side, we got some cool collections coming out.
Cool.
Cool new products.
Just about finished with our collaboration with Dave. Nah, that's the next one this year
Yeah.
for sure, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Before we do any other cannabis collabs, it's gonna be a preferred.
Yeah.
It's the homie.
Let's run it.
I've been saying it and we've been talking about this, but you know, it's something that I want it to be so dope. You
Yeah.
know, and maybe I'm overthinking it a bit. Maybe we got to talk about it. But yeah, that's gonna be cool, man. We got a lot of cool stuff that you know. I think this year is gonna be great, dude. And just jumping into the cannabis market, it's gonna be a whole different. You know,
It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be fun, dude.
It's gonna
yeah.
be fun. We're
Yeah.
we're gonna feel like Dave feels every day,
It's a wild
Amazing.
ride.
feeling like you're
Man, fucking
where you
amazing.
should be in life. Like you
Yeah.
didn't listen to your mom, dad, uncle, sister, brother who said, "What are you doing with your life growing that weed?" You know,
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah.
well, we're gonna be feeling like Dave.
Yeah,
Real
told you
excited.
so.
Can't-
Told you
can't
so.
wait, bro.
It's
We
the best
can't wait.
feeling to
What?
say that.
What
Yeah.
I make
That's
more
what you
than
don't say.
you, huh? What? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like it's a nice redemption for all potheads that got up and went to work and worked hard for the culture, for the activists, for all those people. Like where we are right now is almost like we won.
Yeah.
Until we get that federally legal, we haven't won yet, but almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully some Calibis Farms will be on your shelf, Alex, over at Fiori.
Yeah.
I'm looking
Let's
forward
talk
to it.
about Fiori,
bro.
the dopest,
If I light up a new joint,
fastest
I
delivery
gotta put
service
this one out.
in Sacramento. I mean, they're the only ones I go to.
sheesh, it's hot in here, boys.
All right,
Sweating.
Alex,
That
he's
preferred,
sweating.
bro.
Sweating.
We're
Sweating.
chilling.
Let me get right. Look at Dave with that
Uh,
big
run
chopper
scroll. I
over
know, I'm about
there.
to light this and pass it over.
Oh
Nice.
my God,
Get
I'm not
some
ready. I'm gonna
creative.
need to get a cooling cloth.
Nice.
All right, let's do this.
Yeah.
Get a
dude,
wet-
so
hey,
Alex-
Mike, get a wet
Hey,
one.
Mike.
Yep.
Hey, I know. I heard those fans turn off, and I was like, "This, oh shit!" I heard them squeaking slowly.
Hey, they were getting into the microphone. I saw it.
know,
I
I
saw
know.
Dev turn it off. I was
Hey,
like, oh, shit.
Once I saw that, 15 minutes later, I saw the beats coming down your head. I was like, oh, man.
How bad is
It's
it?
gonna be a hot
You're
one.
good.
No, not that. Just
You're
to
shining.
me.
Just to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
When it
good,
hits
man.
it just right. All right, good.
But
Yeah, man. Let's talk about Fiori.
let's talk about Fiori.
Talk to me about it,
When did
bro.
you guys start?
All right. So we just got our license May 1st of 2020. So just a little over a year ago. Prior to that, we were running unlicensed, with no money. Just kind of how you have to start sometimes. So that was started a year prior to that.
Right.
So we've pretty much been operational about 2 years, but out of this location, a little over 1
Gray
year.
market.
Yeah, gray market
Yeah.
a little bit.
You got to. If you want to survive.
But the word was buzzing on Fiori in the gray market
Yeah.
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
more because they make it tough, right, with the taxes and everything else. And like I said, those percentages.
Taxes
There's
are
a lot
rough.
of different variables.
And that's the thing too, is I know a lot of people that are voting and stuff too. When they're voting on that stuff, it's like you really got to pay attention because it's expensive, and ultimately the people that end up paying that cost is the end consumer
Yeah.
and the people that need it.
Yeah.
So yeah, the taxes are crazy.
Yeah.
It's inevitable though in cannabis or in California. I feel
So
like
it's a luxury tax.
It's a luxury
They call it
tax.
Luxury.
Everyone
It's
thought that
crazy.
Prop 64 was a fucking celebration.
that's the thing is like you get into a point where you're like,
Yep.
you see a lot of opportunities in that gray market, right? Because of the lack of taxes that need
Yeah.
to be paid. But it is what it is.
Those
We're
two need
we're
it the
rocking and
most.
rolling. We're happy to be paying taxes right now.
Yeah, and so you give up all the extra for peace of mind. You give it up for, you know what I mean, just being able to operate above board. You know what I mean?
You do.
Unlike a career path type.
It's
You know
true.
what I mean? So it's really good. It's a really good feeling.
But kind of enjoy that. kind of like Tomas said, you know, you're always looking over your shoulder no matter what. That never leaves you. You kind of enjoy the danger of it a little bit more. So it is a trade-off. But, you know,
No, that
you lose
addiction.
that.
No, fuck that. Nope.
I noticed in the
danger.
cannabis
sir.
industry, bro. I gotta
Shit's
say,
way better than not having that problem.
But
no, of
I
course.
I
At the end
gotta
of the
say,
day, it's
dude.
great not to have that
nah,
problem.
dude. And in the cannabis industry, everywhere I go, I always see the workers are really happy, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah,
what I really
that's true.
noticed. They're very happy. You know, like it looks like a great
Appreciate
time.
that.
Even the people you deal with in the cannabis industry, they're it's just much cooler. It's more relaxed.
It's our people.
Yeah,
it's
it really
our
is.
people.
It's our people. I'm telling
Yeah.
you. I convo a lot easier with a pothead than somebody who's not. I can still do both. but
Even people that don't use cannabis that work in the cannabis industry though, because
Yeah.
it's more organic. People, it's not a corporate setting.
No,
there is a
yeah.
couple corporate places.
That's what I was
Don't get
gonna
me
say,
wrong,
kinda mixes
but they're
in.
not that. They're still not that corporate because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't even know how to, like at the grows. They don't know how to grow.
Right.
You know, they have
Yeah.
they're hiring growers and such.
Grower
so
after
there's
grower.
still
Yep.
mad people working there, and it's not that hard of work. So everyone's
that's
happy.
fine.
Everyone's chill, and the majority of them smoke. So,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like
it's
it
fun.
looks like all
They
your
do.
workers seem pretty happy, man. You know, it's a fun job. You know.
It's a great job. We're really lucky to have just a really amazing team. I mean, that's the cool thing is when you have a team
right.
that is
Good.
all
I
kind of moving
concur.
towards the same goal like that, very similar to what you all
Yep.
have. I think that's something we all have in common. The
Yep.
teams we have are just so strong.
Yeah.
And yeah, you take one person off this team and you really feel it. So it's fortunate to be able to be
shout out
around
to the
them.
teams.
I
None of
agree.
it's
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah,
without-
yeah.
without them,
Nothing's
you know.
possible.
You got 4
without 'em.
people here, but then imagine everybody else that's actually working right now to
Yep.
keep our businesses going and running and
Yeah.
watching over and running the podcast. So that's the cool thing is like being able to, I think that's as business owners too, sign that check every 2 weeks for your employees is really fucking cool. Like fucking
Oh.
employing cool people and letting them kind of do what they want to do, and
Definitely.
it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Most of my employees, Blaze.
Mm.
Yeah, they're
That's
all
why
really
It's
cool.
Calibis.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
it's pretty
we have
cool.
drug test requirements here. We just say that
Yeah.
they must
You
fail
have
the
to-
drug
You
test.
must, or you better.
Yeah.
You must test positive for cannabis.
You must test positive. It's a requirement here,
Yeah.
sir.
Damn, that's a solid
Nothing I can
requirement.
do about that. Take
Never
this
thought of that.
test. We'll Blaze later. Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool, man. Fucking running a delivery is wild, but it's just like anything else. You know, you've got your own struggles and you know your own hurdles that you have to get over, but fucking you do it because you love it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
it's sweet.
What's the pros of a drive delivery service over a storefront?
I think it just depends on who you ask. Like my preference, or I guess if I'm taking that question personally, convenience big time. Just same reason why, you know, when I'm sitting at the house with the wife,
DoorDash.
we're door dashing
Yep.
and we're gonna pay fees. That's the crazy thing is we don't
Pay the shit out of those fees.
charge those fees like DoorDash charges those fees.
Yeah.
If we charge DoorDash style fees, man, it'd be so fucking expensive.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
but so that's the great thing is the convenience of it, being able to sit at your house and or just get, you know, anything you need to get done throughout the day and schedule it for later, knowing that it's gonna, you know, be there within that
Yeah,
window
I'm
that
tired.
you selected.
I ain't got no time. That's the same
Right.
thing. I
Yeah.
will DoorDash. I will order delivery. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's the best thing.
And you
Most
might walk
stoners
in.
order pizza, man. Same shit.
Yeah, I've walked into so many dispensaries, bought shit, and just the experience there is just you know. So it's kind of the
Yeah.
reason why
Usually
people
it's
buy online
uncomfortable,
anyway. Yeah, it's uncomfortable. So we try to just make it a lot more friendly, and we have people here that you can actually talk to. A lot of spots don't have that. Like as far as delivery goes, so you can call people and they're here and they're on site. They're not like in a different hub somewhere else. So it's pretty cool.
In my opinion, there's really no point to go to a storefront anymore. Everything's packaged. You don't get to do that deli style thing that we were talking about before.
Yeah.
That was the experience.
You're right.
Before,
Yeah.
all
if
day
it's
I'll go there. I
packaged-
want to smell every single one. I want to
grab
go
it
through,
out the jar, maybe
look
a
at
little
it.
bit of eighth
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
that. Let me grab
get a gram
more
of
that.
this. You know,
Yeah.
The
whatever.
good old time.
That was
Yeah.
it.
Eights are
And a
coming in
Kiva
fat.
bar.
Yeah.
Throw that
Yeah.
bitch in there.
Yeah. So there's really no point to go to a storefront, in my opinion. Now,
No, it makes
delivery
sense.
is the same thing. You find your brand, you find the product you want, and you order it from delivery. You
but
usually
you're
get a better
probably
deal.
gonna get a better picture of it online than not having. I mean, storefronts don't have a picture.
They
for
don't
you
really.
right there.
Yeah, they don't. You're right. They don't bust it
So-
out and take
But-
a
At
picture
least
of
you
the
get the
product.
picture.
And you're right, but it just depends on who you're asking, because a lot of these websites, I'll see other delivery services post their menu and they just leave all these default photos up, or they'll steal our photos or steal somebody else's. So
It's super annoying because they do
Yeah.
that to me. They do
Yeah.
it to my brand. When I put preferred out there, they don't do a picture of it. They just have like
See,
the default.
yeah,
But
we
that's
empty
where
jar.
you come in, and you always come with an updated menu and pictures,
Right.
and they know they're gonna get what's on the picture every time.
that's what we
And
try
you-
to do.
You
Exactly.
get the trust.
Yep. And we do our best. We get intakes of products, almost every day of the week, it seems like. So as soon as we get that product in, it's a matter of getting it in, photographing it, getting a description of it, getting the THCs updated, the price updated, bringing in the metric batches, doing A to Z, right? There's a lot of steps that go into it. And then just to get it
Crazy.
on the site. So we do try to get it within a few days of it coming in. If not same day, we try to get the photos updated.
Who does
Yeah.
the photos? Like for professional photographer or
No, I mean, it's a mix. I'll try to do a lot of it myself,
yeah.
That's what's up, man.
which is cool, but I swear to
Not
God,
when you
there's a
got
lot of
those
stuff
fucking
I've taken
20
with this
new strains
iPhone,
that
I swear
comes
to
in.
God.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
With the iPhone and a light box, you just figure it out. There's
Yeah, what owner of a dispensary does that though? That's the step. That's the whole nother ball game. I'll do what anybody's gonna do.
oh
know?
hell yeah,
That's
and
the step.
I'll gladly do it too, because the cool thing is
You're good at it too.
I appreciate it. We'll
Yeah.
just being ahead of the game and, having those pictures and having quality images, because ultimately, if you're just going to show garbage images, you might not even put an image up there
Yeah.
Right.
and let people buy whatever and let them be disappointed. But it's not the game we want to play. So
But you're coming with the trust. You're coming with a clean website. I've gone through your website plenty, and it's smooth, easy checkout. Yeah, you guys are, and you're quick. You guys are quick.
we're trying, man. We're trying to get faster
So-
every day. That's a big, hurdle too. Obviously, as things open back up and there's more cars on the road too after
Yeah.
COVID, that impacts delivery times. And as I'm sure everybody in Sacramento right now can vouch, people drive like maniacs.
Yeah.
So imagine we've got,
the new
10,
LA.
12 drivers on the road at any time all
Yeah.
over Sacramento, and people driving like maniacs. So our people that order
Scary.
from us, our customers and all of our patients they're the best people in the world. I mean, they're super understanding if we are later because there was an accident in front of us or something, But overall, we try to be as fast as possible and make sure we get it, as accurate as possible. As
Yeah.
well.
It's always been on
Gotta
time
like
when
this
we order,
chop.
man.
We try, and if it's not, we'll make it right. That's the thing about us. Like I know how it is. You wait around for a delivery. You've been given it a time, and it's past that time. Shit.
Especially when it's weed, bro.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
totally get that.
Yeah, it gets.
So I want to know about that because I want to fucking figure out something.
Yeah,
Give
yeah.
you
You should
throw
have.
a joint or
You should also
something.
do some subscriptions. Like,
Yeah.
hey, we know your schedule weed.
Mhm.
Track your customers.
Oh,
that
that's a
fucking.
good idea.
Hey, we'll just have it. You got it.
Dropped
Eighth
off.
every fucking week.
Every Friday it's delivered for that
Oh, yeah.
that one.
Yep.
Works all week, and then Friday he
Gets the
smokes.
box.
He gets the box.
Yeah.
That's super
That's the
dope.
one.
Oh my God. What did you guys just light up?
That thing is hitting. Mike rolled that.
Oh,
That's
you
a
know
bar.
what that is? Hold up. This
That
is
shit
the-
tastes good.
Is that the wrap?
This is
Woo.
this is the runs.
Yeah, it's the run chauffeur.
That looks
That shit
Really big
tastes
one.
good.
No name on
Woo!
that. No
Gonna
name
have
on
that on shelf
anyone,
soon,
anyone feeling creative on for
So
a
that's
name
a-
for that one?
That's a runs time chauffeur.
Runts X chauffeur. Chauffeur is daily driver X Skittles. Runts is Skittles X gelato.
Leafly is taking notes, Dave.
Runs.
Should charge them.
They're gonna charge me.
Damn. You know what would be dope?
Calibis.
Oh, there's a.
I got a line coming that with this breeding project. I'm not gonna throw out the names yet because it's just bad juju. But I think I got a line coming of some sick names.
I think we're gonna have the fucking first Calibis strains to Prefer Gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be really good. It's gonna be really, really good. But
Damn, I'm trying to think of a name for that strain.
what do you think?
It doesn't have to be with the Z because it's a Skittles cross.
No,
Everyone
yeah,
goes with the Z.
Just runts?
No, but
Doesn't
it's
have
Runts
to have
times
runts in it
chauffeur.
either, but it's runts. Yeah, it's runts X chauffeur. It's Skittles on Skittles, gelato with the daily driver, basically.
That's a lot of,
hot, my G.
that's a wide range of names to try to mesh up in some sort of.
You can base it off of flavor, high. You can base it off of anything. A lot of times you want to use the name a little bit, but you don't have to. I mean, there's all different kinds of stuff out there.
Yep.
Got us all thinking about the strain name.
Yeah, man.
We're stoned right now, dude.
That shit's fire,
That shit is
Dave.
good.
No, it's
I'm
great. I
nice.
think that's
Give me a
that's a
couple
keeper for
days.
sure. We'll think about it.
Throw out some names.
Yeah,
Or I guess if anybody
That's the
has any
shit, man.
recommendations and names, they can post it in the comments below.
yeah.
If there
We
are
can write-
comments below.
Hey, I think that's the shit when you can name your fucking own weed, you know, because you've
That's
been
cool.
breeding and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
man, shit.
not a lot of people can do that, you know.
It's so controlled now. Everything I think the recognized breeding circle is who runs the kind of the game, right? And it's more controlled, and they come with proof of every strain that they have with lineage and
No.
No?
They should, but no.
they should.
Hell
No.
No, sometimes I sit back and I wonder and I look at the strain list, what's crossed with the new stuff that they have, and I'm like, damn, they got a fucking collection of amazing shit, all the new hype stuff. But like,
Wow.
where did it all come from? I don't trust it that much. I trust a
Yeah.
few.
People are
I
making up
don't need
names,
to name
bro.
names. People are making up names. They always have been making up names.
Right.
You know that. You guys have been around weed forever.
Definitely.
You guys have made up names.
Yes.
Yeah.
we do.
You know, keep it real. We've all made up names.
It's whatever it smells
But-
like.
To do it
He wants
now
Skittles,
with
dude.
someone
Make
else's
this-
work is super fucking crazy disrespectful. Like you can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
Now
true.
now that I'm deep in it like this, I know that the fact of that breeding took them a long time for something special. You can't do that. You can't fake it anyways. You know what I mean? I might know if it's like a classic or something, and you're trying to call it something else.
Right.
Like everyone renames Blue Dream. But it's not right. And then what happens is it gets in the hands of some people that are breeding, and they don't even know what the fuck they got. So then you just got this crazy mixed strain, you know, like we were talking about earlier. So there's a lot of reasons to not do it, and it's just shitty. Don't fucking do it. Is all I'm
Unfortunate.
Don't
saying.
do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, super unfortunate.
But I think we're gonna wrap it up, guys. This has been really, really, really fun. Everybody's welcome back anytime. I'm fucking stoned, man. This fucking guy's weed
Fucking
is
lit.
like,
Yeah.
fuck, man. You
And
see how
that's at
sharp?
25%. That's
You see
supposed to be a
how
low
sharp
test.
I
All
was
right,
in the
see?
beginning?
Hey, he said that's 25%, so it's not like the 45% you had or the 41%,
Yeah.
and it still gets you lit.
Fire.
Fire.
Yes, me.
Fire
Lit,
uppercut.
lit. Fucking preferred.
Right, man.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in.
Yeah.
We appreciate your support and your love, and we'll continue to bring dope shit.
Yeah, next week I think we have a pretty special guest, so
Oh, shit.
we'll confirm it and get back to y'all.
That's what's up. So
Oh.
we're already going for podcast number 2, and see if you guys will follow along with our journey, man. Take care. Rotation out.
Peace.
Peace.
Peace.